Can you please tell me your name, age and occupation?
I'm Rachel Graham. I'm 22 years old and I'm an early child care worker.
Okay. Have you ever personally experienced racism?
Yeah, I have. I experienced racism most of my childhood and most of my high school years as well.
Can you tell us about it?
Yeah, I was always seen as being the just the poor little black kid during primary school, which needed to be helped or looked after basically, which really affected my learning, and I didn't really get much out of primary school until about year 6, I suppose, when I had a really good teacher and he just kind of went, okay, you need to learn everything. So that was really good. When I got to high school and got the same thing again, it was, it's great that you've turned up to class, we don't expect you to do anything. So I just sat about the class and just, I was listening, but I didn't really do anything. I didn't hand anything in, I just sat there and went to class and left again at the end of the class.
So is that attitude from teachers as well as children?
Yeah, everyone. They just kind of went, oh yeah, Rachel's here, cool, chuck her in the corner. So yeah, I did that until year 10, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I started, ditching school and never went, and didn't want to be there. And then I saw one of my friends get really badly beaten up. So I went, okay, I need to actually do something with my life if I'm going to stop this from happening. So I went back and repeated year 10 and pretty much started doing all my exams and stuff. And the teachers went, hang on a second, you never did anything. Who's been telling you this? I'm like, well, you did. I've been listening, I haven't been doing anything, but I was listening. So then they kind of changed their attitude and went, okay, well maybe something is going to happen here, and was the only Indigenous person out of 24 in my year that graduated year 12. So.
Are you connected with an Aboriginal group currently?
Currently, I'm part of the Nottingjeri Nation in Murray Bridge, which is where I'm from in South Australia. Mm-hmm. We're a very tight-knit community, but not a group as such.
Okay. So you would say that through school was the hardest, or the part that was the most racism you felt in school?
Yeah.
Has that changed at uni?
I don't think I've really encountered much at uni because it's such a multiculturalism kind of environment. But yeah, no, I haven't really felt included or excluded. It hasn't been an issue.
Do you feel that the prejudiced feelings that you experienced in primary school, do you think they still happen now for children in primary school today?
With children in primary school now, definitely. A lot of the kids that I help go from the preschool setting to kindy and then transition them into primary school, they come back feeling very unwelcomed and very excluded. So I'd say so, yeah.
Why do you think it happens?
I think people are just scared of difference. They're not used to embracing and learning from someone being different or anything. They just kind of pretend that it's not there and ignore it.
Have you ever have you ever received a negative response while trying to get to know someone from a different culture or race?
Not really, because I'm kind of a very outgoing person. I kind of make people listen. But any negative comment that I would have had would have been when I had some New Zealanders come over as an exchange. That would have been the only negative. But I think that was mainly influenced by others, not their own beliefs and stuff. So.
Do you believe Australia is a racist nation?
I wouldn't say Australia as such. I think the government might be slightly, but not Australians, no.
What effects has this discrimination had on you, either directly or indirectly?
I've always always have a lot of people ask me, well, why should you get more money than us? You know, why should you get ab study just because you're Aboriginal? And my response is, it's exactly the same to your OS study. It's just called a different name. But yeah, I think the only effect would be, why are you getting more than me just because you're Aboriginal?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Do you feel these prejudiced attitudes towards Aboriginal people changed after the national apology?
Not at all, no. Even after the national apology to this date, it's very surprising to see that Aboriginal people haven't been changed in any of the government regulations or policies. They're still zoned under the Flora or Fauna Act. They're not actually considered human beings yet. They're still under the Flora and Fauna Act.
I'm just going to pause this.